Right, hello. Let's see if this works. I see the chat. Great, it's working. Right, hello everybody, thank you for joining. It's still raining. I thought it would have stopped by now. I thought it was going to be raining only when I was going, or when it would have been my journey into town. But it's raining, but that's fine because I have a see-through umbrella and it's not raining much. Hi Natalie. Hello everybody. I've said hello to some of you in the chat first. Hey Gary. And yeah, welcome. Ruth, shalom Ruth, welcome. The pistachio bird, yes, you saw it behind there. I'm just heading out to the end of the jetty and then I'll walk back and show you a few things. Mary Ellen, hi. Hi everybody. Pauline, welcome. Okay, that's enough of looking at me. There we go. Okay. Stu said it's not raining. It was last year. Anyway, here we are. So this is the bridge called the Verbindingsdam. It means the connecting dam. And it joins us to what we like to say is, I always say, to the continent. Okay. Like we're not really living on the continent here because we're living on an island. Sorry, I'm panning a bit quickly, I know. So, here's the name of the little harbour actually. Oops, try not to fall in the water. This is the Stichting Broodhaven de Levant. Okay, so the little harbour is called the Levant, and the street that I live on over there is called the Levantkade, and that means the Levantkade. Because this island used to be called, well, it still is called the K&SM Island. It's nothing to do with S&M. It's the Royal Dutch Steamboat Company. Koninklijke Nederlandse Stoombootmaatschappij, to be correct. And so the steamboats from here, I would assume, from all along this quay, they were trading to the Levant, so that's where they were going to. And now it's this beautiful little harbour. I love this boat. The Silver Mayu, the silver seagull from the Age of Elegance. So yeah, for those of you who didn't see the post, I decided not to go into town because it's raining so much, but I did walk along the quayside earlier and there are so many beautiful flowers and plants and stuff, so I thought we could take an amble along and look at those, and that would be a fun thing to do. Okay, look at this little tub here. Wrong YouTube account again. It is a beauty. Oh, and look at this one here. This one here is lacking in attention at the moment. It definitely needs a little refresher and a little scrub. Some of you may notice my little ice cream boat. So yeah, a nice green little corner here. You know what is nice about living here is that it's like living in a village, even though it's in Amsterdam. It's amazing. And it's kind of closed in. I think it's almost like I'm zoomed in too far. Let me try and zoom out a little bit. Oh, that's a bit better. It's kind of enclosed by these buildings on the road. And then it becomes this... Tell me if I get any water on the lens. Okay. So it becomes this hidden away section of Amsterdam. I live in these buildings here, not all of them. But for those of you who've been on my tours a lot, you'll know it's what's called a woongroep. which is a living group. Because once upon a time, these used to be squatted, and then the squatters were moved out by negotiation and given public housing contracts. And because it's a woongroup, it's a community, and when a flat comes empty, somebody has to be voted in. And we just did that last week for the first time in ages. So yeah, we all know each other, which is nice. I've seen these tulips go from being a bench to just being a piece of barrier now as bits have fallen off. This is my neighbour's rose garden. It's a different colour here. Beautiful. Natalie, is the weather fine where you are? Is it just raining in Amsterdam? These are sweet little things. Yeah, it's a brilliant neighbourhood. Couldn't be happier here. And show you my little garden. Dum, 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 dum. My garden is looking quite... Well, I had the beautiful tulips, and then of course they're done, and there's this really... Oh, this raspberry bush has just given so many raspberries this year. Amazing. Oh, yeah, maybe the whole country is raining. But no, my summer garden hasn't quite hit yet. So it's looking a bit sad, but there's a lot more colour further down the quayside. But let's face it, it is very green. And these have come up well since last year. They've just popped up again. And these just pop up every year. These can survive all sorts of neglect. And yes, because why not? So for those of you who were in the chat earlier, oops, I'll show you. This is the result of my cooking experiment. So these are these little upside down things. So it's puff pastry on top with stuff in the middle, underneath rather. And it didn't work so well. Some of them worked better than others because this was the end result. These were cut in half. So you see some of them had shallot underneath, and one of the shallot ones was with cream cheese and the other one was with blue cheese. And then I tried with chorizo slices with cream cheese, and the cream cheese didn't really melt. The actual recipe was with cream cheese. But the other chorizo one I did with Gouda or Gouda goat's cheese. And that actually worked really well. The one on the right. But the onions worked so well. They were super, super sweet. So, yeah, basically, we are having guests around for a cheese fest in a couple of weeks' time. And I thought it would be quite nice to have some actual food with cheese that was not only cheese, you know. There's too much. You can't have something, such a thing as too much cheese. I saw these earlier. They're amazing, aren't they? These are just growing out of the quayside wall. The lady of shallot. Nature always finds a way, huh? Phew. There's a bit of a gap. I was trying to get a bit closer to those so you could see them, but there's this little gap here, which I've actually dropped a telephone down into the water here before, once upon a time. These are nice little fellas. Right. Getting my exercise, my squats in. And not to forget the boats. All the boats on the right as well. You've just moved from New Zealand to Amsterdam. Oh, well, welcome to Amsterdam. Cool. I mean, I think most people who live in Amsterdam would just give anything to live in New Zealand. Beautiful. And, yeah. Oh, so where should I go? I'll go this way. We're doing quayside walls this tour. Oh, you know, I keep forgetting, I can zoom. What is wrong with me? I can just zoom, I don't actually have to have to lean over and almost fall in the water. So, ages ago, you know, we did the Western Islands. And also there's just such a huge variety there of different plants growing because of the seeds that would sort of come over with the ships from all over the world. It may well have been a similar thing here. And you know, the city council, I'm not too keen on them for many reasons, but I do like that they're actively encouraging people to grow as much greenery wherever they can. So that's really nice, one of the nicer things that's happening at the moment. Right. Look at the little canoe house, because you wouldn't want your canoe getting wet. This is what happens to boats a lot. Okay. Oops. Back on to the Levantkade. And I noticed just the other day, this was such a nice collection of wildflowers that have just popped up here this year. Obviously planted by somebody who gave it some thought. I think it was last week or maybe the week before, I showed some flowers and I didn't know what they were, and then you told me they were Californian poppies, cornflowers. So I bought some. I ordered them online and they arrived, and it said that I might even get some flowers out of them this year. So I scattered some outside and then I planted some inside in an egg box on my window ledge. We walked around the Western Island. Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they, Audrey? These boats are phenomenal. You know, the size of these boats for living on. I think this one was for sale a while ago. I don't see a sign, so obviously somebody's forked out a whole lot of money. I've got a huge big mortgage. Can you hear the falling rain on my umbrella? Yeah, snails. I don't know if it's snails, but something in my garden really enjoys basil, because I bought a basil plant and it didn't last. It didn't even last a week. It's just gone. Is it expensive to moor the boat here, Liz? Yeah, you would have to buy the mooring place. So you got to buy the boat and the mooring place. So that's the combination of things. And yes, I mean, I think the one on the right, the blue one, is probably... I seem to remember somebody saying a couple of million, but I can't remember. But it's massive. Yeah, my basil planted really well last year, so I don't know if there's a thing, you know, you can maybe keep snails away if it is the snails, you know, by making a little lake around them or something. Don't tell me snails swim. So sweet, these. Oh, I have these. I think these do well everywhere, I think. Mark, make friends with the big boat owner and have them drive you around during your guide spell in September. Yeah. not too difficult to be driven around on a boat here, I must say. Look at the size of these boats though, they just stretch on forever. And then I have a boat, the ice cream one from earlier. I just need to wash it. Okay. Now, what I like about this is there's the plants on the quayside, and then there are also the ones growing in the wall down below. So it really kind of doubles up here. What I want to do, because this is my friend Caroline's boat. Some of you may have been with me when we did a live stream from inside a couple of times. And what I want to do is I'm going to plant a slicey for her. This is a nice weird one. I think she'll like weird ones. So the idea was here. Oh, she'll really like it. It's gone wonky-eyed like me. So there you go. There's the slicey planted in Caroline's garden. Oops. Just about walked back into something. And it's just come back to me. I remember people used to laugh at me on Hago because I used to say whoops all the time. It was quite good to train myself into using that word instead of others. Oh, they've taken the diving board away. There used to be a diving board right here. So you could dive off here. It's great in the warm weather. It's just in front of a cafe. And yeah, in the occasional warm day we have. It's lovely. I'm not going to talk about the buildings today because I haven't researched them enough. I've done a tour about them before because I don't talk about them often. I tend to forget. So I needed a refresher. So it's very much just clouds and boats today, I'm afraid. How do you spell this place that I am? It's it's the KNSM Island. If you had to Google it, KNSM Island, which is obviously an acronym. And then the quayside, I'll find it, a street sign for you in just a bit. But it's the Levantkade. Kade is Dutch for key. K-A-D-E. You're looking for me on a map. Okay. Well, I'll show you a street sign that you can Google. Not in Google Maps, you can put Levant Plain. Levantplein. Levant Plain. Which is this little square we're coming up to now. I'll show you. Should be here. Yep. There we go. And yet, is this typical weather for Amsterdam this year? You know, last year it rained, it was the wettest year on record ever. And I actually thought, if it's like this every year, like that every year, I'm gonna move somewhere else. So let's just hope we get a better year. I love this boat. It reminds me so much of like one of those 1930s ship's posters, you know what I mean? Which with like the really exaggerated bow, the Art Deco type of posters for cruise ships. It's just got that kind of look. And let me try and get further away from it here and you'll see what I mean. Not a bad place to call home, huh? Not at all. Now the funny thing is, I think last year we had good weather in June, and then lousy weather for the rest of the year. It's a new building on the right, which was long planned in, but it's actually gone up quite recently. And then these ones here are really special. They're really big inside, and of course they were squatted. And then there was no acceptable access to them. And then if you see underneath, well, maybe I'll walk up there for you. Actually, no, before I do that. There's diagonal steps, like there and there and there and there, going up to a trapdoor in the floor. And that is the front door of the house. So it's wonderfully quirky. And they, as you can imagine, they're very pricey. And just imagine, I mean, that the footprint, huh? The footprint. I mean, you could have a massive, great big building here. I mean, it's nice to have a bit of open space. How many dwellings you could get. There was a good in September. I didn't remember that. I just remember it being wet. Like, I didn't even use my boat once last year because it was just... I was intending to live stream from it, and I was just like, oh, too wet, too cold. So we'll see. Hey, look, a hollyhock. Now these hollyhocks, or stick roses as they're called here, I mean, they literally grow like weeds. Let's try and get a good view out of cracks in the sidewalk, which I always find so funny. Because, you know, in English country gardens, you go to such great lengths to grow them. And here they literally grow like a weed. Although they're not a weed because we like them. Oh yeah, I was going to show you underneath. Actually, no, I'm not. I can zoom. Check out the entrances. You can even see the rain. Wow, these boats are so huge. Well, stokrozen. I think that translates into stick rose. This is how I'm more used to hollyhocks against the wall. Great for photographing bees, bumblebees and stuff. I've done that a lot. That's better, nice and calm in the lee against the beautiful blue sky. Oh, hang on, that's grey. So can you see my umbrella, Madeline, on Google Satellite? Hey, lavender. My lavender has decided not to regrow this year. I guess it is a lavender bush's prerogative. So yeah, you know, with all these houseboats, there was a huge change after the Second World War, and that commercial barge technology changed, and that meant that there were a lot of older boats which were just not even surplus to requirements, more than that, actually just a potential liability for their owners, you know, because they got to come out the water, otherwise they get holes in them and they sink, and then you got to pay a fortune and all sorts of stuff like that. So that was also the time of Amsterdam being so unstructured, you know, real hippie place. Even had a name, the Magic Center. So you can imagine people like that getting a boat like this and just bringing it into town. It's actually illegal to moor boats anywhere in Amsterdam without a permit, but no one cared. Just do whatever you like, you know. Everyone was too busy being 1970s-ish. And I think something I've really noticed that I wasn't aware of before, and it struck me doing these tours, is how dramatically Amsterdam changed in character after the Second World War. Because before the war, there was so much, you know, all these streets we go through, all the research I do, it tells of, I'll put this in the magic pair. It tells of all the manufacturing and the business. So much business was happening all over the city centre, and those moved out. You know, the style of doing business changed, and they moved out to, you know, business hubs, sort of commercial hubs. Yeah, that's framed as well as I can. Shame about the building behind. So, yeah, there were all these open spaces, open quaysides, empty buildings, and Amsterdam in a sort of an economic depression. And then, yeah, people just buying up barges. think this might be one of the Californian poppies I love so much. Just having a little sleep. It is, isn't it? Well, hopefully I'm going to have my own soon. And you know what? My socks are wet. So yeah, that's how so many old boats ended up being living boats. I mean, obviously not like this. This is a ship. Seriously, a ship. Wow. Yeah, that orca is quite something. Yes. Orca and mini orca. So this quayside here does not attach to any sort of cafe. There's just a building here that goes by the name of Barcelona. I actually see the metalwork quite nicely today, with the grey sky behind. So what's nice about this little jetty here, as I was saying, is it's just used by the local neighborhood. All this furniture here belongs to people in the houses to the left. Quite nice stuff as well, some good cheap chairs here. There's very little petty crime and theft in Amsterdam, which means that you can actually leave stuff like this, you know, out here. Gosh, I have one of these in England, and I was just thinking the other day, I wish I brought it with me. Yeah, so all of this development here was done in the 90s and early 2000s, when these islands were redeveloped from commercial to residential. Yeah, that's one's called Barcelona. That building for some reason. I don't know the story of the Barcelona building. I've got books that cover it, but as I said, I was actually really expecting to do the tour in town today, so I didn't prepare so much for this. I didn't prepare anything for this. Natalie, I used to live in this area, first of all, from 1991 to 1995. I lived in this area. And then I left, and then I came back, and I've lived in this apartment here since 2010. There's no squatting anymore. Yeah, the squatting scene is a thing of the past. But yeah, it's certainly saved a lot of buildings in Amsterdam that otherwise would have been broken down. So there are very good parts about the squatting scene, and a lot of people did it not out of necessity, but out of principle, because they didn't want the old beautiful buildings of Amsterdam being torn down and 1970s, 80s architecture being put in its place. We actually have a lot to thank them for. in that way. Graag gedaan, Nathalie. Gosh, it's really raining. This was not forecast. Anyway, let's let it rain itself out and have a lovely day tomorrow. It actually must be quite nice inside these boats in the rain, listening to the rain falling on the deck. Wow, only 425,000. Huh, interesting. Did it say how many square meters it was, by any chance? The size of this thing, I'm not entirely sure, but I think this type of barge might be a Spitz, S-P-I-T-S, and they really lend themselves to being living boats because they are so big, and also the sides are very straight, they're straight down, which makes for a more convenient living space. You know, that's always one of the issues of living on a boat, is having the sloping walls, you know, and nowhere to really put your furniture. Oh wow, look at all the figs on here. Major crop of figs this year. Figs, figs, figs. And here we are, almost to the top of the island. Oh, I just did want to show you this. Sorry, I'm not spinning around too much, but I noticed these roses are just incredibly red. I mean, if it was any more red, then I'd have to invent a new name for the colour. Ah, right. How grey it is. Oh, hello, Donna. Change of plan today, Donna. We just walked up the quayside from my house. I'm just going to show you the top of the island and then I'll take a walk back. So here's this unusual building on the end. I forget what this one's called now. It was very popular with footballers for a while. Yeah, I didn't want to go into town in the rain, and I didn't want it to. It's such, you know, with the Detailed Amsterdam one, I've got some nice footage and it's nice buildings, and I thought it would be better to wait a week as well and get some nice weather for that. Yeah, it's wet, but the good thing is I'm 5 minutes from home. So many questions as we walk along here. Now you just check there's no water on the lens. No water on the lens. Good. Oh, that's a pleasure, Susan. $60 square meters for 425,000. That's remarkable. Okay, that's cheap for 59 square meters. Oh look, Digitalis, I think. Well, I mean, it's not cheap, but it's, yeah. It's less than I would expect. Fox gloves are great, although I've never seen a fox wearing gloves, to be fair. Let me show you inside the Barcelona building. So, too much rain, it'll just get on the lens. Wind really whips through here. Have another look at Orca. Orca and Arca, I think the smaller one was called, huh? Orca and Acara. Orca and Acara. I don't know what an Acara is. Maybe Google will know. Oh, these are so nice, this colour. Love it. So cute. You know what I did the other day? I didn't Google something, I ChatGPT'd something, and I was completely gobsmacked with what came out. So I had to do a description of a tour And that's my worst. I hate writing descriptions of tours. So I asked ChatGPT. It was unbelievable. It was really like just so eloquent and detailed. Like, it was almost intelligent. Oh. Back to Levantkade. Oops. Oh, to be the person who squatted one of those. Worth a couple of million now. Let's see. Well, I think the lens still looks okay. Yeah, so what I did, another question I put in is I put in the question into ChatGPT, why is Dutch cheese so boring? And it made a whole argument back. It lobbied a cause. It was insane. I could do something like that. Very crazy. Anyway. Coffee time for me? No, it's much too late for coffee. I will have some herbal teas. What I've got at home is I have this Christmas melange kind of tea, which is really dark red things, I don't know, and it's great. You can kind of sip on it. It's almost like wine. So that's going to be my tipple for in just a moment. Coffee. If I had coffee now, I wouldn't sleep tonight. I'd be up for ages. Hey Todd! Hi! Thank you for joining. Yeah, Todd, you got to come around for some fondue soon. I don't think it would be the weather for fondue, but it looks like it might be a fondue kind of year. Yeah, I'm obviously just not as Dutch as I like to think I am. Let's say goodbye to Slicey. And we'll no doubt hear about this. There he is. Oh, Ned. It's hilarious. Boats and bikes. These are nice. Look at these. What are these then, Susan? Because I would like these in my garden too. But unusual. Oh, I didn't know, Natalie, that you were. I thought you were Dutch from here. I didn't know you were born in South Africa. Oh, okay. I'll carry on just another minute and then Annette, I'll show you my boat. Oh, I really do need to take the cover off and wash it now. The cover has actually slipped off at the back. So it's the one over there, that one. And the idea of the colours is it looks like pistachio and vanilla and and strawberry ice cream is the idea. I thought next time I take it out the water I might make it I'll put purple or lilac where the strawberry colour is, so it looks like a lavender bush. Okay, well, thanks for joining everybody, and hopefully see you next Monday when we'll be back on track. Information overload, and I got some amazing footage inside a building which you'll see next week. I cannot believe that I was allowed in and just given free rein to walk around this phenomenal building. I can't wait to show it to you. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining. I'm going to go in for a cup of tea. Take care and have a good week. Bye.